This is a video review of the circular saw that came with the DeWalt 20 volt 5-piece set. The serial on this one is DCS391. As you can see, it's a 6.5-inch circular saw. I have the blade on it attached already. I don't have the battery on yet. There's really not too much to it in terms of setup. The Allen wrench is locked in back here for attaching the blade. As you can see, I already have it in. And the lock is up here on the top. Nothing spectacular there. All of the usual things, the guide and the ability to adjust the height and the angle of the blade. That's about it. Pretty standard stuff. The 20 volt battery itself is very small. I'll go over that a little bit later in the overall review. Very small and very light. The lightest I've seen in the rechargeable tool category. Anyway, I'm going to try right now to make a cut through a 4x4 that I have set up here. In general, I usually find that the cordless saws that come with these sets are usually the weakest point for me. And I do find a couple things right off the bat with this saw that are a little interesting. I find the guide to be a little bit difficult to use. The 0 is here for making sure that your cut is right on. I'm a little worried that I won't be able to exactly follow that. I'm used to having a finer point on these guides for me to follow. So let's see how this goes. Alright, overall I was pretty happy with that cut. It didn't have any trouble getting through the 4x4. Some of the cordless circular saws I've used have a really difficult time, especially when they hit knots like this one here. This one cruised right through there. It didn't show any sign of slowing at all. So that's good. Obviously you're not going to get through a 4x4 with almost any circular blade. If I wanted to do that, I would use a chop saw. I wanted to get it in a single cut. The cut was pretty clean and even. I didn't have as hard a time following the guide once I got going. But I do find it looks like my cut is a little bit angled. I might have to take a chop saw and actually clean that up. But overall, it was a pretty good experience. Didn't resist, didn't have to push the saw through. It took itself through very easily. It's got a rip blade on there right now, and 16 tooth that comes with the set. Overall, really good experience. Pretty nice saw, very light, surprisingly light, easy to use and hold with one hand. Obviously, you're going to want the second hand on there, but pretty easy to use with one hand if you need to. Anyway, that's all for now. I'll cover some of the other tools later and talk about the set in general as well. Thank you.